Hey everybody, my name's Oli. I'm a Freeletics ambassador from the UK.
And this is Angelo. I'm from Greece, but I'm a US Freeletics ambassador in the United States.
Welcome to the Shaped by Gods podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Shaped by Gods podcast. I spoke really fast then. I'm going to slow it down, give YouTube a
Take it easy, please. Oh, no, you say Freeletics ambassador from United States.
That's actually the best one you've done. And it was like,
Oh, yeah. Maybe I should speak faster every time. Maybe my brain cannot handle the slow pace.
I think you need to think slower and speak faster. Think slower. Anyway, hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Shaped by Gods podcast. We're here for another week, episode 3 of.
I don't know anymore.
It's getting confusing. We're such busy humans that we are literally squeezing these recordings in whenever we get a chance, or sometimes when we don't have a chance, and we still squeeze them in. So here we are. How's it going? How are you? How are you, Angelo?
I'm good. Thank you, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having me today in this wonderful podcast. I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
What about you?
I'm very well. Yeah, like I said, very, very busy, but it's good to see that the rest of the community is keeping up with their fitness journeys. I've seen a lot of people taking on the new Freeletics journeys, getting their dumbbells involved, getting their kettlebells involved. I know you've grabbed your dumbbells and you've started
including
the
me.
Journey.
Mm-hmm.
What's that journey called? Is it just literally called the dumbbell journey?
So let me introduce myself a little bit. So I've been doing Freeletics for almost 8 years, and I almost never followed a path with weights like I'm doing right now, like with dumbbells, right? I was always body weight, most of the times body weight, whatever. And I just decided to pick up the dumbbell journey for Freeletics. And it's my very, very, very first time that, I'm just every of my workouts now is including full dumbbells. And, and it's very weird. Of my routine that I used to for so many years. But I love it. Today I finished my day number 2 on the double journey. Very first day, is the assessment week. Very first day, I was mostly legs, I can say, with the dumbbells. It was really nice. I had lunges with the weights. I had squats with the weights. I had some other bench stuff, whatever. And today I had, and then I had bench again. I had lateral raises. I had sit-ups and crunches. It was really nice. Today was mixed up a little bit, like 70% weights and 30% body weight. I felt sore.
Yeah.
From day one, my legs are sore. That's really nice sign. And finished my second day today. And I really like it. I mean, I enjoy it. From going from 100% body weight to 80% and plus dumbbells or workouts. I enjoy it. I like it.
Brilliant. I mean, it makes sense that you're hurt. If you've done 8 years of body weight, so even if you did exactly the same exercises but added the dumbbells, no matter what weight dumbbells you're using, you've increased this increased the resistance there. So yeah, that's brilliant. So even if you did the same journey but with dumbbells in your hand, squats, adding any weight is going to improve that. So you're definitely, after 8 years of body weight exercise, your body is ready to step up and add a little, whether it be a weight vest or a resistance band or the dumbbells is perfect. Perfect. I mean, there is also a kettlebell journey, which is going to be different. Again, as much as you can do, obviously there's going to be lots of things like goblet squats and curls and things like that, I imagine. There are exercises that are kettlebell specific, sorry, kettlebells.
Mm-hmm.
So with the dumbbells, you might not be doing things like the kettlebell swings and things like that, but I think, have you, has it asked you whether you got a weights bench available?
The bench starts with a journey. Like
Mhm.
it's a must. There's no option to take it off. It's a must.
Cool.
You have the option to add weights, to add the weights that you have. You can start from 0 pounds to whatever pounds you have, or kilos, whatever you have.
Mhm.
You adding them as a list. It says add weight. You say you have 10 kilos. Boom, you add it. Now you press again, add weight. Now you have 15. Now you have 20. So you're putting, and I suggest everybody to do it in the beginning. I mean, if you have all the available weights in the beginning, do it in
Mhm.
the beginning. If gradually you buy new weights and all this kind of stuff, you can add them at any time. So you're adding the weights that you have, and then I think that's it. The bench is it's a must
Yeah.
for the journey. But
Cool.
when coach gives you a bench, you adapt the session and you say, I don't have a bench. So
Yeah.
it gives you
Okay.
something else without the bench.
Cool.
So it says it on the app too. If you don't have a bench, adapt the session, and
Yeah.
coach gonna give you something similar. But there's a thing that I saw yesterday when I did when I added half of my weights. I started my journey,
Mhm.
and I got my day one. So I went back and I added more weights, the other half of weights I have, and then I press done, whatever. So what I noticed is the coach is not refreshing with the new
Yeah.
weights. The day they gave you, that's it. You have to you have to do that day with those weights. But I noticed on the second day is the coach adjusted with the weights you added. So
Cool.
the day one, if you do a mistake with the weights, is not changing, but you can adjust it. But there's another but. When you do the workout, let's say you added only 10 pounds of weight, 10 pounds, right, or 10
Mhm.
kilos, whatever, and you have to do curls, for example, and while you have to press start, to start the exercise, and while the exercise is started, you can go and adjust the weight that you're using.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's a always live interaction with the
Brilliant.
coach. Like,
So if you
let's say you
start and you
didn't.
feel it's too light,
Yes,
then you can push
exactly.
back. Yeah. Cool.
Exactly. You can adjust it. Like if the coach
And
gives
the
you
other way
15
around.
pounds, yeah. If the coach gives you 15 pounds, for
Mhm.
example, and to do like a bench, right? It gives you just
Yeah.
15 pounds, and you are a big guy or big woman, or a strong person, and you can do 40. You know,
Yeah.
you do the 15, and you say, oh, this is too light. You take the 40, you do the same reps that the coach gave you, but you
Yeah.
go to the exercise and you change it, and you say, I did 40 pounds. So it's very
Okay.
useful and a very customized friendly. It's
Mhm.
very nice. You can customize it live on time.
So is it predominantly reps at the moment that you've noticed, not for time? Because obviously, if you had a 1 minute bench press and you had to start adapting the weight, then you're losing time when you're adapting the weight. So if it's for reps, then that's not a problem. You just change the weight and then do the reps as asked for. By
Yeah,
the sounds
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah. I mean, so far the only thing I had with time, it was crunches.
it. Hmm.
I had like a 60 seconds crunches,
Yeah.
or a side plank lifts, whatever, and
Yeah.
that was the
So
only one. I
the
think.
weight there should be, you shouldn't need to adjust the weight too much with something like crunches and things like that. It should be pretty standard.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
with things like curls and bench press, obviously the difference in strength is going to be, and the
yeah.
difference in capability is going to be huge. That's really cool. So I have got a bench, but because of my arrangement at home, it's very small, my flat. And the whole point of Freeletics for me is, if I find a window, I can just get on and do it, and
Yeah.
squeeze a workout into a small window. So the idea for me of, at the moment anyway, with my current living arrangements, the idea of getting the bench out from where it's stored in the evening or in the morning, and then putting it away afterwards. Also, the weights I have they are not set weights. They are the ones that you adjust. You put, depending on how many plates you put on the bar, that's what the weight is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
again, for me, that's a lot of work, and it can take up a lot of time. And the appeal with Freeletics for me is that I can get it done quickly in a small amount of time. Or if I have a longer workout, I don't then have to dismantle and store the bench and
Yeah.
the weights. But yeah, I think for the future, I'm definitely excited to try the dumbbell journey, definitely, and also the barbell, the hybrid journeys with the barbell as well.
Mhm.
I think when I set myself up in a bigger place where I've got a specific place for that, which is the plan, then definitely I'll definitely start incorporating the weights and the kettlebells and start enjoying those new journeys. They sound really cool so far.
The other thing is, you were talking about the dumbbells and everything. I got the Freeletics dumbbells, and they're amazing, amazing quality.
Yeah,
Like, it's
of
not like
course.
it's amazing what Freeletics does for everything. Like,
Yeah,
you see the backpack, it's amazing quality,
yeah,
waterproof, and the whole science on it. I mean, how you have the zipper and you can roll it, so you can definitely gonna be, waterproof and everything. You have beautiful quality of clothes, man. It's just, you feel it like it's a $200 shirt, and the dumbbells are amazing. They're just very soft, like a rubber, whatever. And the steel in the middle is a great grip, and it feels great. So I was dedicated to start the dumbbell journey. So I say, once I'm gonna start the dumbbell journey and I'm gonna do a huge step for my life, why I'm not doing it like the right way? So yeah, I ordered the dumbbells too. So I got them. I got like a 2 sets, 15 and 30. And yeah, it's amazing. I love it. I can't wait. Oh, and the other thing is, on the coach, when you finish your feedback, on the body weight, usually it tells you, excellent or great. I finished all the repetitions. I took my time for perfect technique and all this kind of stuff. On the weights now, every time you slide the bar, it tells you, oh, it was the reps. They were, the reps were just right. Or they're saying, I could do 3-4 more reps with it. And then if you go to perfect, it says easy peasy. I could do more than 5 reps with it.
Yeah.
So now, coach is adjusting. Depends how many more reps you can do. Probably is gonna start adjusting the weight too.
Yeah.
Instead of giving you like if you go from 5 reps of 15, it's gonna give you 10 of 30, of 10 of 15 again. Probably it's gonna give you 5 or maybe 3 of 30. Just so it's gonna adjust like this, and it's very Freeletics with the extra mile challenge too that released recently. Honestly, man, Freeletics goes the extra mile on everything. It's amazing how they think about everything.
Yeah, I think what's really good about what you just said then about the adjustments. One thing that people who are just starting a fitness journey, the one thing that almost everybody struggles with, especially if it's using weights and equipment and things like that, is knowing what weight and what level to start at. And then, what weight should I be using for this, and where am I at the moment? And for anyone who starts a fitness journey and means to continue it, it can take a good year or so before you really get into where your limits are as far as how much weight you can lift, what's your max, what's your best. It could take a long time, because for a long time you could be being very safe, and you're able to complete a lot more reps with the weight you choose than you're doing. And obviously that minimizes the impact of the workout. Some people can go too heavy and end up hurting themselves or putting themselves off. So the fact that the Freeletics app does that for you, it does that process, that thinking for you. Every time you do a workout and give the honest feedback, it will then adjust, and then it speeds up that process of learning your levels for each exercise. So that's something as well. I mean, the amount of people that you see in gyms with a little notebook, they have to keep this notebook because they don't remember what their weight was last time. What was my PB last time weight wise? How many reps did I get out at this specific weight? it does it for you on there. So if it's too easy, you tell the app it's too easy, and then coach will adjust for the next one, and then before you know it, you're at exactly the level you need to be at, and then it will start increasing at your speed. And if it increases too much, you tell it was too much, and it will drop you back down to where you were. It does all the thinking for you. It does all the planning. It's just what you need. It is literally an artificial having your own personal trainer.
It's funny what you're saying. Actually, it's not just the artificial intelligence, the one personal trainer. The way you said it is Freeletics actually is you, a copy of you after you done the workout, the personal trainer, and now is the gym. So is the gym that chooses for you the weights, the available weights. You have the personal trainer that tells you what to do, how many reps and everything, and then it's you too, because remembers what you did last time, how was your performance, how was everything. So you honestly, you have zero worries about it. You can be 24 hours busy, do your work, family, and all this kind of stuff, finish your workout and take zero notes, remember nothing about after what you've done. When you do your workout, you say, okay, that's it, I'm done with my workout, I'm gonna let Freeletics worry about what I'm gonna do after. And it's really amazing.
Absolutely. And actually, I think you touched on something that you are the key factor in that. I mean, there's so much the AI can do, and there's only so much that the as far as the app being a gym is concerned. But if your feedback isn't 100% honest and 100% accurate,
very true, very true.
There's nothing that's going to help you. So you are the key ingredient. You are the only changeable ingredient there. So it's either your honest feedback and your accuracy. It's always the same. You've always got to give honest feedback. There's no point introducing an ego to this thing. I mean, the Freeletics feed, people aren't looking into that to see who can do who's the best, who's the fastest, because there are a lot of Freeletics PBs on that list that just you as a free athlete yourself, if you've done those workouts, you think there's no way someone's done it that fast, and it's either they've skipped the workout or there's a little bit of ego creeping in where they're trying to be the fastest. And you're not doing yourselves any favors if you do that. If you try and put in false information to show that I can lift this weight, I can lift this many reps, and it's not completely accurate, then you're not going to get the most out of the journey.
And is the time, is the time, and you have the opportunity to be true with yourself. You can be locked up in a room just by yourself. You don't have to lie to anybody. Artificial intelligence on Freeletics is not like a real human being, so you have nothing to be worried about or be ashamed, or you have to lie. If you think you have to lie on the computer, it doesn't make any sense. So you can be locked up in a room with your weights or no weights, depends the journey you're following, and you just have to be true to yourself. Coach gave me 10 burpees, I could do only 5. Be honest, I couldn't make it. It happens. And I've done it before when I started doing my pistol squats, or I dragon flags, or pull-ups, especially pull-ups. Coach gave me 2, I did 1, and I had to take 2 minutes to rest to do the other one. Just 2 reps. I've done them in 5 minutes. So.
And you've got to be strict
honest
with yourself. You've got to be strict.
Yeah, you have to be honest.
Because that rep you report has to be a good rep as well. You can't be like, well.
Of course.
That'll do. I'll count that one, because again, you're only doing yourself an injustice. Then it's not doing yourself anything.
Because what you're saying is right. Because if you have, let's say, coach gave me 2 pull-ups, and I'm putting a resistance band, to lift me up like the strongest one, so I can lift all my weight up. And I do these 2 reps, and I say to coach, "Oh, I've done them." Coach doesn't know you. The coach doesn't know you use the resistance band. No, the coach thinks that you actually done it without any help. So it would be the best to say, even if you do them with the resistance band, give the honest feedback. Yeah, you know what? I couldn't make it, or not great. I didn't finish any of the reps with correct technique. This kind of stuff. So the coach understands that. Oh, next time I will give you with resistance band.
You're listening to the Shaped by Gods podcast. Okay, let's talk about then something that finishes today. We are recording this on the 31st of July, yeah, 2096.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2096.
Yes.
I hope you that you are listening in 2096, my friend, you have an incredible year, incredible day, and if, let's say, if the Freeletics app don't exist, 2096, and you don't have an idea of what we're talking about, I'm challenging you today to do the Aphrodite workout: 50 burpees, 50 squats, 50 sit-ups, and you go down by 10.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
A challenge from, I'm assuming, from beyond the grave.
That way beyond the grave.
Whoa.
That is
Yeah.
that is awesome. Like we said on the previous podcast, is a connection with
Yeah.
the past and the present and the future at the same time. Please,
Yes.
please do Aphrodite, please. Thank you very much.
Yes, and for anyone who's watching this after I've died, then I apologize for everything I did when I was alive.
And after I died,
sorry.
I apologize. I wasn't over there when you did your first Helios.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, so it is the
Yes.
31st of July 2021, and today is the final day, as far as I know, of the Freeletics Extra Mile Challenge. Freeletics, in collaboration with the Fanatic team, the esports team Fanatic. This is the Extra Mile
The best
Challenge.
esports team.
The best. So 7 days, 7 challenges. You had 14 days to complete them, so you could do one every other day if you wanted. It's 7 different workouts created in collaboration with the Fanatics team and Freeletics. So I completed all of them. I did them all, and what I did was I did 2, and then I did the remaining 5 back to back in one session. So that was that was actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing that. So the Extra Mile Challenge. So you had I'll give you the names of the 7 challenges. We had the lower body level up, the upper body builder, hardcore burn, powered up legs and glutes, upper body and core mix, functional full body sweat, and body and mind to the limit. So some of those were actually really cool. They were really tough. The one we spoke about last week mostly was the final one, body and mind to the limit. Now that was one which you noticed that it was completely different to anything that we usually experience with Freeletics, because
the seconds
actually increase with every round. So there were 3 rounds. The first round there was 20 reps, 20 seconds. Second round was 30 seconds, and the third round was 40 seconds, and that was really cool actually. But after, I'll tell you what the hardest one was. I mean, it finishes with burpees, but for me, the Supermen. As soon as I get into the 30 rep range for Supermen, there's such a burn in the shoulders. And it's just it's something that it can be. I mean, we often get them in the Freeletics warm-ups, and it's the difference between a ground Superman and a standard Superman is basically your feet are on the ground for the ground ones, which is a little bit easier. But as soon as you get into that 30 rep count, that gets quite hard. Your arms get heavy, and you feel like you're brushing the floor slightly. That one was really cool.
How you had the experience? You do Superman, and while you in the middle or whatever, your arms, you can't lift them anymore, and they drop on the floor, and you slide them on the floor, and you wiping the floor.
No, I've been close to that. But that's the same for
I've
me.
done it.
You've done it,
and I'm proud, and I'm happy, and I liked it.
Next time, if you have like a brush in each hand, you could sweep the floor.
Yes.
Sweep the floor.
I did. At the end, my hands were black over here. Not that my floor is dirty. My floor is dirty. No, I'm joking. I was joking.
Friction burns.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So I'd like to see, right, because of where you live over there in Massachusetts, right?
Massachusetts.
So you get some good snow over there. So I'd like to see a reverse snow angel. So you're doing Superman face
Yeah,
down,
with my face
facing
on
the
the
snow.
snow.
Yeah, the opposite
I will
of
do
a
it.
snow angel.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that.
a reverse snow angel. I will do it this year. I promise.
I like it. I like it a lot. So they were really cool. Those workouts were really good. I think the one before, you know, you looked at the body and mind, the final one, but the one before that is functionally full body sweat. So that one's almost the same workout. It's a very similar workout, but the other way around. It starts with the 40 seconds and then gets down to the 20. So that was slightly more manageable. One of them was really, really, really tough. One of them was really tough. I'm trying to find which one it was that. Obviously, you get some anything with the legs. Anything with legs, if you've got those high rep with the legs. One of them was it had the speed skaters, which are quite cool, and then the reverse squat jump. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed them all. There was some really good core workouts involved in some of those with the side plank holds.
Mm-hmm.
So they're quite cool. It's more of a test of balance as well. Core strength is
Yes, it is.
It is. To balance on your elbow. I enjoyed all of those. I've completed all of them, so I am looking forward to hopefully being, I don't know, as an ambassador whether you're included, but hopefully being entered into that raffle, that draw, and receiving a 25% off of the Freeletics Essentials. And it was a really cool challenge, and I hope people. I've seen a few people in the community took part in that, and they've logged their workouts. I haven't seen how they are logged yet. As far as the app is concerned, they still look the same, so I haven't seen any progress with that. I'll be interested to see how they go about making it official that you completed it. Obviously in your feed on your profile, those workouts will be on there. They'll be on there, so you can prove that you did it. I can just see you laughing for some reason. You just see. For those of you who are listening and not watching, when I'm speaking, you're going to be able to see me, but all the time I can see Angelo, and he likes to mute his thing and do things like sneezing into pillows and pulling face. He just had
I'm putting mute and I'm like this.
Yeah. Okay. So what you have. I mean, he's very kind. Actually, he's very courteous. So for all of you listening on Spotify, he doesn't blow your ears out with a sneeze. He does mute.
Sometimes you can listen to my nose when I'm doing it, but
yeah.
it's a random times. So, oh, what was that noise?
What was that noise?
That's Angelo's. Angelo's nose.
My favorite moment from any of our podcasts so far was the time where your neighbour started hoovering, doing the vacuum.
Oh yeah, man. I think that was the very first episode, right?
I think it was early on. It was early on.
Yeah, it was the neighbor started vacuuming, and you said, "Man, that noise, where is it coming from? Is it possible to stop this noise?" I'm telling you, no, man, it's the neighbor next door.
Unbelievable. So anyway, yes, let us know if you tried the Fanatic Challenge. Let us know how you feel about it, how you got on, what you enjoyed about it. I enjoyed, for me, doing exercises that are timed rather than rep counts. That's very rare for me, very rare.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
For me, I like to put a little bit more pressure on myself and make sure that transition between one movement to the other is as quick as possible. I don't want to spend, especially that there were some with plank holds in there. I didn't want to spend the first 5 seconds of a 60-second plank getting into position. There are rests, and they do give you that chance to get into position. The Freeletics workouts now, and they've got a little timer, and it goes beep, so you know when that movement starts. I don't know about you. They're my hardest. They're my hardest exercises. We've talked about it before. Anything with a hold, a plank, a long plank, or or hanging. Like there's a workout called Erebos or Erebos. Those 60-second passive hangs, they absolutely kill me. Absolutely kill me. So yeah, anything with timed. Like for example, with the timed burpees. If you've got 40 seconds of burpees, you can do 2 burpees in 40 seconds if you decide to take that long, or you can try and push and do as close to 15, or I mean 20 is a bit of a push because that's usually about the minute mark for me. 20, 25 is around the minute mark. But it was good to push, and actually having them on there. It was a day where I felt like I needed I wasn't really up for the workout that my coach had set for me. I was feeling a little bit like I needed an easier day. I was feeling, you've got to listen to your body. I was feeling a bit fatigued. But once I'd gotten that first one, because it was only a 7-minute workout and I could see it was going to be 7 minutes because it's timed. If it says 7 minutes, it's going to be 7 minutes. It was enough to get me started. And once you get started, you often find that energy. It's usually getting started that's the hard thing. But once I'd done that 7-minute workout, I was then feeling keen to keep going. So one thing led to another. Next thing I know, I'd done all 5. So that was a good day. I like that. I think if they could introduce, we've got the God workouts. If they could introduce more little challenges like that.
Yeah, it's very nice, a very nice addition. And I enjoyed too. The Fanatics challenge was awesome. Except just to learn about the team and the progress and how they're doing, and it's very inspiring what the guys can do. How they can compete in such a level and get those prizes and become unstoppable, and also now get even further with Freeletics. The two of the best combining the powers. It's very amazing. Yeah, challenges like that, they're very useful, of course, and nice to break the routine and add something different, and create momentum for something more. I can't wait for more.
I mean, anything that brings, you might not be aware of esports, or people might not know that that's something that goes on, but what is underrated, a lot of people see it as as people just playing games. It's just games, but really, if you think about the speed of reaction and the cognitive thought and the hand-eye coordination, and it is a brand new form of intelligence that obviously it's going to be the future. I think as technology advances, the more and more we get good at. I mean, they might be seen as games at these points, but the skills and the technique and the strategy, the quick thinking and the strategy involved in these games is something that's it's something that we haven't really tapped into to full potential. You can see physically someone who is advanced as an athlete or is physically fit and healthy. You can see the work that's gone into a body that you can see the work that's gone into a healthy body. But with the mind, that's something that isn't physically visible. But when you see, I mean, the amount of people that game without thinking about it, you like when you drive to work, you don't remember every gear change, you don't remember every signal, every time you had to react to an incident, you don't remember it. It's just something you do without thinking, automatically. And it's the same with gaming and things like that. The dexterity and the thought process behind a lot of those quick reactions is something that people are able to do automatically now because they've gotten so good at it. It is impressive, and it's great to combine the two worlds.
Yeah, very true.
There we go. Thank you very much, everybody. We are done for another episode of the Shaped by Gods podcast. Thank you very much for listening or watching or ignoring or putting on in the background whilst you're cooking, or putting it on in the foreground when you're doing nothing other than sitting and watching or listening to what we are saying or doing. Or
the most important, when you're cooking lentils.
Yes. I wonder if anyone listens while they're doing their Freeletics workout, because sometimes you need a little bit of something to get you going.
I know definitely Colin does it when he does his workouts. He has his phone on the side and he's listening. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, my brother. That's the feedback from everybody and the support that the people show for what we're doing. It's priceless. It's honestly priceless, and I'm grateful, and I can't be thankful enough.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love this family. I love these people. They're so good to us, and just knowing that I mean, we're having conversations that we would have anyway. And I'd
Yeah.
like to think that even though it's just you and I speaking here, that everyone's involved in this conversation, and we do get feedback, and people comment on things that we've said to each other, and they have their own input, which is almost like the idea is that they are part of this conversation. This doesn't just end with our chat here. Hopefully it starts other people thinking about the same things and having their input and teaching us stuff. The things they tell us through comments and messages, it teaches us as much about this. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time now, but we're still learning every day, and everyone's experience is different. Everyone's interaction with this family and this community is different, so it's fantastic to hear. Yeah, that's brilliant. I know that there's some people that listen to this show or are involved in the Freeletics community that are living in places that are going through some difficult times at the minute, and I just want to say I hope that everyone's okay and that they're able to get through what's going on in the world, and that everyone stays nice and healthy and looks after themselves. Yeah, I won't be any more specific than that, but we all know what everyone's talking about. So yeah, good luck everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
We'll speak to you again soon. Thank you for tuning into the Shaped by Gods podcast. I'll see you soon, Angelo. Have a great week. And
you as well, Oli. You too. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.